firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Welcome inside Arrington Ice Arena. Saturday afternoon hockey, second of 2 games here played this weekend between the Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside, as always, by Calvin Keys. Should be a good one today this afternoon. 8-0 the final score after 60 minutes in regulation. Calvin, what did you see after that game?
Well, it's safe to say that all the Bulldogs padded their stats after last night's contest. Zach Heinz hitting the century mark, his 100th career point, and did it in style, securing a hat trick on the play. And congrats to you, Herm, on getting the dub this morning.
Thank
Best
you.
semester in ACHA Division II hockey history. This guy gets the win in net, 5-4 dub over Davenport. So got to get that out of the way. Congratulate you for that first.
Appreciate
but
it.
Also congratulations to both the goaltenders for Adrian, because both their goaltenders were perfect. Dershawn Stewart saved 10 of 10, and then Jackson Bernard came in for the third period, saved 8 of 8. So strong performance all around, and just a high-flying performance, like I said. Stats being put up left and right by every Bulldog forward. Good to see their horses get going. Brad Summers had 5 assists. Heinz had 3 goals, 2 assists. Had 101 career points now. Redding a goal, 3 assists. Jaden Shields, a defenseman, had the first 2 goals of the game. First coming 31 seconds into the contest, and then Heinz got the assist on Ben Loretto's first career goal, the freshman defenseman. So, you know, not a lot of negatives out of that game. Pretty much all positives for Adrian. For Concordia, though, they have some things to get adjusted going into this one.
Absolutely, and one of the bigger things to take note of, too, these shots really heavily tilted. And this is a Bulldogs team now that we've seen starting to really hit their stride, and with those shot differentials, that's what you kind of look for from Coach Krug's team. Yeah,
and I mean, they were getting those shots because I think this was the most unselfish performance we saw from the Bulldogs. The puck movement was insane. Go back and watch a couple of those goals. I think Jake Swade's tally, it was 4 passes within the span of 2 seconds, impossible for any goaltender to stop. Gabe Rosick in net for Concordia had a bit of a rough night. He saved 18 of 25, and then Blake Hazelton came in relief, saved 11 of 12. But Rosick's going to start tonight, and based off what we saw from him last season when he came here to play Adrian, I think if he can see the puck early and make some nice stops, if he gets some help from his defense, this could be a much closer game. We're talking about a Concordia team that split with Aurora early on in the season. Adrian did that too. You can make the argument they had a bit of an off weekend. But at the end of the day, I think this is a Falcons team that's young, but they're extremely hard-working, and they're willing to come in and compete against this Bulldog team.
They are hard-hitting as well. They're sure never to not be physical, and they definitely gave the Bulldogs a hard time. There were a couple scrums, as we saw last night, so be interested to see how the Bulldogs adjust to that, whether they dish it out or they kind of just take it and just try and run up the score.
I think for Concordia, that's the game plan. They're trying to get the Bulldogs off of their game by getting them involved physically and focused on that part of the game, and maybe trying to draw some penalties as well. I think that's a great strategy for if you're the Falcons and their head coach, Joey Masso. For head coach Adam Krug, I'm sure his message to his team is, let's play our game. We're an extremely skilled and talented team. On paper, we should beat these guys, and if we show up and perform, there's no reason why we can't do that.
Absolutely. And with that, we'll cut right over to the starting lineups for this afternoon's contest. Calvin, if you want to break us down for those, go right ahead.
Absolutely. As we see on our screen, it's the Captain Veggie, as they call him, John Calgin, who's a vegetarian, little nickname he's got from the Adrian College team. He's on the left wing, centered by Connor May, and then Theo Troon on the other side, the transfer from Western Michigan, still trying to find his footing in Adrian, but a really strong addition to their lineup. Will Bowman getting the nod, playing on a D pairing with Jaden Shields. Bowman, a freshman on this team. What better way to get him settled in than playing with the best defenseman on the roster in Jaden Shields? So great look for the Bulldogs. This is a line that forechecks really hard in Calgin, May, and Troon.
And I think the interesting part of this line, too, Theo Trun, as you mentioned, coming from Western Michigan, he was one of those players that Coach Krug mentioned to me. They're just kind of waiting for him to hit his stride. He's very talented. Redshirted his last year with an NCAA D1 program, so you certainly know that the talent is there. It's only a matter of time before we see him break out. Yeah,
when we talk about Troon, it's not just any NCAA D1 program that he was recruited by. It's one of the best in the country in Western Michigan that's made the NCAA tournament year in, year out. And a big addition. He's looked good, just hasn't gotten the numbers yet to back up the little things he's been doing on the ice. So as hockey goes, eventually you continue to do the little things, work hard out there, you're going to get rewarded. It's just a matter of time for this kid.
And just like that, we'll cut over to the other side, the other bench, that being the Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons. We'll check out their starting lineup. Who's their starting five for us?
For Concordia, I believe their starting lineup is going to consist of Riley Klugerman on the left wing, Sawyer Worsing centering, Dane Sardelli on the right wing, and on defense it is Briar Dittmer and Logan Kroyman. Now, for this team, Riley Klugerman is the top player, really good provider, good at dishing the puck out. On the season, I believe he has 6 assists. And on the back end, I was impressed by the play of both Dittmer and Kroyman. This is a young team. Klugerman and Sardelli, I believe, are the only 2 sophomores we see in that starting lineup, and the other 3 are freshmen. For Kroyman, I was impressed. He's a bigger defenseman, has a lot of composure on the back end. I thought he played well despite the amount of offense that Concordia conceded, and I believe Briar Dittmer had about 4 or 5 shot blocks last night, so he worked incredibly hard as well. That's a great D pairing.
We'll see how they're able to get it done here, that being the starting 5 for Concordia University of Wisconsin. We'll take the time now to introduce our starting netminders for this afternoon's contest. Going to be in goal, making his first regular season appearance. It's going to be Nolan Suggs, getting his first start at home. Comes into the game. Only other time that we've seen him so far was against the National Development Team program. Kind of got thrown into a little bit of a fire there, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot different of a result. He's a talented netminder, and we're excited to see him in goal this afternoon. And on the other side, just like yesterday, it's going to be number 1, Gabe Rosek, getting the start for the Concordia University Falcons. He is certainly one of the top netminders that we have here, and he gives the Bulldogs sort of a hard time. Last year, he really played competitively, and yesterday, really doing all that he could. So he's going to be the backstop for the Falcons here this afternoon.
Yeah, certainly, and it's a homecoming for Gabe Rosick, playing back in the Great Lakes State. He's an East Lansing, Michigan native, sophomore who we saw come in and play really well against the Bulldogs last year as a freshman. A little bit of an off night for him last night. I don't think you can blame him too much for those stats, as you know, NCHA is a really talented division. tough games every night, and I think the key for Concordia is going to be to get the defense and limit where those shots are coming from on Rosick. As far as players to watch tonight, I would key in on the leading scorer for the Adrian College Bulldogs. 3 goals, 2 assists last night. Zach Heinz leads the team with 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points, goals and points leader. And for Concordia, we mentioned him already. Derek Humphreys has 5 goals, 2 assists, and 7 points total in 8 games. Those are the guys I'm going to be looking towards to provide offense for both teams.
Should be a fun one here this afternoon from the Arrington Ice Arena. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys on ACTV, the home of Bulldog hockey. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll return with the start of the first period after the national anthem.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking to you.
Welcome to Arrington Ice Arena. Saturday afternoon, NCAA Division III hockey. It's the Concordia of University of Wisconsin Falcons and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. Welcome back onto the broadcast. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here, as always. So happy to be here this afternoon once again at the greatest arena in all of college hockey. This should be a good one this afternoon. Bulldogs took the win 8-0, as we mentioned earlier on the pre-show, and things are really shaping out to be an exciting matchup here.
Yeah, and an exciting day for that man that you see on your screen right now. Nolan Suggs, first collegiate start as a Bulldog after he put up some nice numbers last year in the North American Hockey League with the El Paso Rhinos.
We'll see how they fare. 20 minutes on the score clock. Center ice face-off trumped, and we are underway here at the AIA. As the Bulldogs will play this up, a long pass from Bowman, gets to Trun. Here's a poke. Does it go? No, Kaljan couldn't get it. Rosek was down and out. There was a glimpse of space on the near side post, but it stays out nonetheless, so will continue.
Oh my goodness, Breyer Dittmer lost an edge and just slid right into his own netminder, and Kaljan was probably inches away from getting the opening goal in this hockey game.
That almost cost him. Bowman almost turned it over there. As back behind the play, it's Babyak who will get this up. Kaljan in the neutral zone will rim this down low. Rosek will stop it on the backhand as he plays it to his left. Now skating up with it is Humphreys. Right up Main Street, types to take a toe drag, but checked down to the ice by Shields.
Julian Jacob is a big guy back there. Tough guy to take on one-on-one, and he makes opponents work for every inch of space.
He's been impressive so far, the freshman coming in. And here's a possible 2-on-1 chance, but doesn't quite go. Trailer in front, that pass was blocked. Stepping in the lane was Kepke. Right side circle, skating with it is Redding. Drops it to the right, now towards the center. Summers trying to step up. Shields will pick. Gives over to the feet of Summers as it deflected off. Will travel to the left corner, now around the boards. Fresh off the bench, Matt Cotto. Now to Summers. Goes down low for Redding. He's flexed by Ketterman. Up top, left point is Klein. Goes D to D. And it's a whistle down for the offsides. Matt Cotto.
I don't know about that one.
That was close. That one just barely scraped off the outside. Too hard for us to see from up here, but the linesman was right there, so best seat in the house for him.
Yeah, certainly. So it looked to me that puck has to come all the way over the blue line and out to neutral ice, and I thought it stayed on the blue, but they call it offside there, and like you said, linesman has a better angle than us, Alex.
So we'll continue on. We took the face-off in the neutral zone as Jake Swade will go for a skate, power forward, trying to make his effort here this afternoon. Cotto is back. Right-handed shot will spin one towards the front. Hacking and whacking in front of the Adrian bench. This is sent around the way. And as Swade has some space, decides just to poke it. And we'll go off for a change as this is dumped all the way down. We'll get our first icing of the afternoon with 17:29 left to go in the first period. Not a whole lot going on quite just yet. Both sides kind of looks like they're just feeling each other out, see what's going on. We had that early chant from Calgin that almost went, but game still knotted at 0 apiece.
And we just got to look at Ben Loretto. Got his first collegiate goal last night in the win over Concordia yesterday evening.
Down low, as you said, Ben Loretto makes the play. Up for Connor May, skates in, fires. That one blocked. Good play there by Pizzamenti. They'll give it right back. Adinier faking his shot. Amsbo has to skate back. Sorensen lifts that one down low as Rosek out to play it. Puck bouncing around. Connor May came in contact with Tanizaka there. Loretto tries to fire. Doesn't grab the right angle. Amsbo down low. Swade. Excuse me, that's Brad Summers as he's crunched hard. Big hit there from Matt Kepke.
I'd love to see that one again. Man, what a hit from Kepke, lowering the boom on Sorensen.
Kepke doing it himself. Gets this down low, will return to his assignment on the right blue. Patosha trying to skate his way up. Calgin tries to make a step. As this goes the other way, skating now is Theo Trun.
I think we're seeing more of the same from Concordia as this is whistled for a hand pass, in the sense that they're making Adrian work hard for every ounce of ice. They really like to play physical. We've seen that from Matt Kepke a lot. Briar Dittmer, Dane Sardelli's a big guy out there who likes to lay the lumber as well. So Bulldogs showed some resiliency and toughness weathering the storm of a very physical team last night, and they'll have to do so again today in order to have success.
Coach Jim Masso, after graduating from the EHL of the Vermont Lumberjacks, making his way out to Wisconsin. Now his second season, I believe, known for his strategy on the bench, so we'll see how it comes into play here today. As this one whistled down for the icing, 15:35 remaining in the first period. No score so far. Here you see Nolan Suggs making his first appearance here in the regular season as a Bulldog. Played his junior hockey with the El Paso Rhinos, as you mentioned earlier, Calvin.
Yep, and there's a look at Humphreys, leading scorer for this Concordia team, loses the faceoff.
This is in the slot, dropped back for Redding, who puts one on, and it's gobbled up by the glove of Rosek.
I think if you ask Jim Masso going into this one, the first 5 minutes were going to be really important heading into this game, because yesterday Jaden Shields struck Pater just 31 seconds in, and then Concordia was kind of already behind the 8 ball. Now you can see they've settled in a little bit defensively.
This one floated up top, and a 2-on-1 hit. As this gets over for Shields, he'll step up to make the hit. And this is broken out, 2-on-1 for the Falcons. Here's Newcomer, works his way through, and Suggs makes the stop. His first as a Bulldog as he's cheered on by the crowd here at the AIA.
How about that for a first career save, having to go post to post on a 2-on-1?
Read that play very well and stayed right on top of it. As there's loose traffic in front, he'll get the glove on it and holds for the whistle. Good stop from Suggs there to read the play. Got to stay patient on those 2-on-1s. You never really know if the shooter's going to shoot or if he might dish outwards to the wide guy, but played it very nicely, held his depth very well.
Yeah, and that was a nice passing play. Newcomer saucering it over to the back door to MacArthur. Suggs getting over rather quickly as well to get that right pad down, make the stop, and then another nice save as he scoops it up for the stoppage.
Play progresses as Trun will try and break it free. Down low, far side wall. It's tied up for a moment. Connor May trying to shake things up a bit. Kudo will have to backstep. Calgin gets this one over for Trun.
Apologies for the language I have just heard on air on the broadcast. That's what happens when you hang around the hockey rink a little bit. Tend to catch some of those.
Fortunately, we don't have the censor button that some of the professional broadcasts do, but
got to put this on a tape delay or something.
yes, we'll work on that as our next project. This one iced down the length of the ice. 14 minutes flat left to go.
I'll keep Herm in check up here in the booth so you don't get any on our end.
We'll keep it PG for all those at home.
Another look at Matt Kepke. I mean, this is a guy who's just a solid defensive defenseman, loves to play physical, does a nice job of blocking shots as well.
Swade fanned on his first shot. Here's another one. The rebound kept out. Nice shoulder save made by Rosek. Stayed on top of it. Tenazaka will make his way through. Patosha over to Jacob. Nice move. As this is shot on, blocker save, high stick. As it's whistled down, Patosha was trying to bat it out of the air, and some extra activities with Jacob Swade, and I believe that's Matt Kepke down there. And we might be seeing some matching penalties.
Roughing here is the signal from the official Swenson.
They might be only calling one. Or no, it is.
It's going to be Mason Osmus for the Falcons because he's the one who first engaged and got in there and shoved Swade after the whistle.
Oh, wow, this is going to be a power play. I thought they called both because that was the original signal. It looked like they were telling Swade to go to the box as well, but Mason Osmus is the lone perpetrator on the penalty, so Bulldogs to the power play for the first time here this afternoon. They'll have 2 minutes of 5-on-4 time. Up top is Shields. Wide side is Summers. Down low, Swade, the spinning pass to the slot. Nobody could get the shot. Shields will have to keep it going. Sends it D to D for Redding. Left side circle, now Summers. Underneath, once again, is Redding. Heinz will bring it around. Now, in between the hash marks, it's cleared out. And the Falcons will get a line change for the second penalty killing unit. Bulldogs will remain the same.
Nice job by Sawyer Worsing there to find the puck and clear it to kill some clock.
Redding towards the outside. Drops it back down high. Shields. Along the left side, it's Summers. Will wrap around. Here's Heinz with a shot. That one had some heat on it. Summers off to the wide side. They score! Zach Heinz. A power play goal and the Bulldogs lead 1-0.
Heinz had the hat trick last night, and the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. Keep his hot streak going here. Let's check this one out. It's the power play QB. Shields for Summers, and what a feed through traffic right in the wheelhouse of Heinz, who goes 5-hole, the same place he scored on Rosick yesterday to record the hat trick and his 100th career point. Now he's up to 102 in his career. The grad student from Wyoming, Michigan is red hot.
Zach Heinz, this season, absolutely incredible. His 7th goal of the year, combined with his 6 assists, now leading the team in goals and points. His 7th of the year and 13th point. This is sent down. We'll get an icing.
That was a miscommunication. Io Adenier was looking up ice. I think he saw Lovasek on the offensive blue line. Lovasek didn't really see Adenier looking to pass it to him. And then it's going to come back as an icing, draw in the Bulldog zone. For Concordia, if they want to compete, they have to win some offensive zone faceoffs and get some quick shots on goal.
This one kicked aside. Suggs will come up with the stop. There's a shot from up top. That one floated over the shoulder. Back down low, it's held on. Now on the near side wall. Ansball. Plays this. Up top was Petronak. It's given away. Loretto will send a backhand pass. He'll get it right back and dish it back down low once again. Half pass there as it reached the goal mouth. Nice stick handling play on the attempt from Ketterman, but couldn't get it to go. Amsbo puts one on, held in the 5-hole, almost squeaked through. But Rozek will come up with the stop.
Shots in this game so far, 6-3 in favor of the Bulldogs, but I think although the Falcons trail 1-0, it's already a better start for their team. They've looked more organized defensively. For the Bulldogs, they're finally able to find the net on the power play, courtesy of Zach Heinz moments ago, if you're just joining us, assisted by Shields and Summers.
Quick shot off the draw. Rozek read it all the way. Had to love that play on the power play. Heinz with the cannon to be able to one-time that home. And that was just overall good puck movement from the Bulldogs. They play a lot of skill and strategy put in place by head coach Adam Krug. And you saw it on full display there. Connor May will chase this puck down as it's handled by Sardelli. Given away, nice hit up top at the right blue by Babiak.
Sawyer Worsing came in trying to play physical and lay a hit on Babiak, and a big reverse hit from Babiak. Another one there from Calgin. Bulldogs throwing their weight around here in the first.
Sardelli will send it down low as Kroyman puts this all the way down. Babiak will pick up, trip down there, no call. Don't know if he caught an edge or got the skate in his feet. Play was in motion, kind of hard to tell from up here, but here come the Bulldogs.
Nice work here from Lovasek. Saw that he didn't have numbers with him, composed to keep a hold of the puck and keep possession for his team. Now they'll go ahead again.
Swade along the right side, drops for Patosha, back for Swade, hit off the puck before he could shoot. Klein waits for one. Here's Patosha, what a save! Oh my goodness! Gabe Rosek, what a stop!
I'm speechless on this one. This is an absolute highway robbery from Rosek. Look at this pass from Lovasek. Patosha all alone. Rosek gets over. Patosha elevated that puck, but it didn't matter because Rosek was able to get the waffle board up. And, boy.
Wow. Textbook scramble. Rosek, calm and collected, makes the stop there, keeps this a 1-0 game with 9:51 left to go here at the AIA. Outside is Patosha. Back for Swade. He dances his way through as Klein will have to chip it down low. Tied up just for a moment. Kept in and then pops out. Humphreys hit hard there, and we're going to get a penalty. I think this is going to go against the Bulldogs. So I believe the Falcons are going to head to the power play for the first time. It's a roughing call against Matt Kudo.
Can we get another look at that hit potentially? Kudo looked shoulder to shoulder. Maybe he got the elbow up a bit on Humphreys, who was the man he knocked over. Sometimes it feels like those checks get penalized more for the result of the player not being expectant of the hit more than the actual technique of the check. And I think that's an instance that we saw right there on the penalty to Kudo. Nonetheless, Concordia, big opportunity here to try and even up the score a little bit halfway through the first.
The Falcons will skate 5-on-4 for the next minute 45 and counting. As they try and set up their breakout, it's Reutman. We'll leave it off for a speedy Klugerman. Lost that puck on the entry. Reutman will hold it down in his own end. And it's sent off for Ochatiwa. Outside top of the circle. A little give and go with Reutman. Sent down low. Played through the legs of Klugerman. He'll get it right back, sends it in front, intended for Sardelli, but a good step up there from John Calgin to knock away that attempt.
Falcons really struggled on special teams last night, getting set up in the zone, staying on the same page. The puck movement looks really good here so far on the power play, and That's going to be crucial if they want to compete in this game. Special teams is paramount.
Up are the Falcons, trying to set up. Still holding on to the 5-on-4 power play for the next 31 seconds. Bulldogs doing a great job of taking away space as this puck battle breaks free. Popped up in the air and a good swipe from Trun. Kroyman will try and figure something out here as Redding spins it around. It's cleared the length of the ice, and that's going to do it for the Concordia power play. As Kudo eager to exit the box, given the green light, and we're back to 5-on-5 even strength hockey. That was a great penalty kill from the Bulldogs, really limiting the space for Concordia. And they'll hold on to their lead as skating with it is Sorensen. Almost a nice move there by Klein. Tanazaka waiting for a pass as it's put over. That one tipping high and wide. Summers will leave this over for Kudo. Spins the shot on. Deflected into the corner. Nice move there. Kick stop made by Rosek. Hamsball danced through the lane with a couple of nifty stick handles. Klein will wait for his pieces to come into place. Leaves this for Jacob. Nice stutter step there, puts a shot on. Stopped by the paddle as another chance. Calgin was in front looking for the screen or the redirect, but instead gets it off of the backside. Kepke will chase this puck down. It's handled by Jacob. Calgin on the right, Shields on the left. Misplayed it. So Connor May will look to do things again. Calgin gets this over for Shields, has a little bit of space, looking towards the front, and a nice shoulder shrug there by Rosek. And this puck with just enough distance to get awarded the whistle as we take an icing. 5:47 remaining in the first period. Adrian College and the Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons here this afternoon on ACTV. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys, as always, happy to have you all join us on the broadcast. This face-off tied up for a second. Now to Loretto. Heinz comes in contact with MacArthur. Nobody knew where the puck was. Loretto skated in, tried to take a quick wrister. Redding, a small saucer down low, over for Summers. Spins this pass off. It was Heinz who tried to find something. Loretto open on the left, fakes the shot. Will circle it down low and a hip check in the corner. Textbook there from Petronak. Here's her chance in front, moving this one over, and a great glove stop by Rosek.
Yeah, Gabe Rosek has been lights out so far in this first period, and as you said, a little bit of an old school hip check there from Garrett MacArthur in the corner. Did a really nice job to angle off a Bulldog, pin him to the boards. Adrian finding each other with tape-to-tape passes really well right now.
Falcons looking for some speed. They don't fully get it the way they intended to, but Bowman will get that for Lovasek. Swade right there, fights for it. Nice pass on the backhand, but it's broken up by Kroyman as he's hit by Swade. Stumbles for a second, regaining his feet now. Here goes Alec Lovasek. Left side wing, back for Babyak, stripped from him. Here's Kirchhoff, has some speed. Bowman back to oppress him. It's spun around. Pad stop holding the post there by Suggs. Cleared out through neutral ice. Reutman tries to send a pass through traffic. Amsbaugh was in front of it. Kudo will get it in the left side corner. Quick one-touch pass, but then once again taken away. That puck deflected off of the glass. Amsbo diagonally upward, intended for Sorensen. As Kudo played it down out of midair. Reutman will start the breakout himself behind his cage. Skating up through center, crosses the blue, flips one down low as he's checked hard. There's a wraparound chance held on the post. Nobody knows where it is yet, no whistle. Suggs lost his mitt. And we'll see what will come out of this. I don't think there are any penalties, but one side trying to argue, I think.
That was a great opportunity for Sardelli there on the side of the net. But I think one thing that was impressive and what led to the Nolan Suggs save has been the Bulldog netminder's edge work in the crease, because he's been moving really well. There's been a couple of wrap opportunities for the Falcons trying to go behind the net, and Suggs has had really good vision to be in good positioning, prepared for those shots as they come, and just really agile in that blue paint so far in this one.
Nolan Suggs, as we mentioned before, making his first regular season appearance as a Bulldog. The freshman coming from White Lake, Michigan. And I have to agree with you, Calvin, have been certainly impressed with his play so far. Only seen 5 shots, but that first one that he made was the 2-on-1 to open up his collegiate career.
Blessing might need to get a new whistle. That didn't sound like it normally does.
Something was broken there.
I thought there was a train coming into the station for a second.
This puck shoved off. Suggs will hold on to that one, kicks it aside as Calgin is flexed into the boards. Adinier takes some contact as well. Connor May fights for it with a lot of vigor. Calgin towards the outside, puts one through the lane. Adinier steps off his point. It's covered by Connor May now. We'll see if they switch, and they do. Falcons have numbers if they can hurry, and they're whistled down for offsides. Got a little bit too excited on that zone entry.
But I'll tell you what, I think Jim Masso and this Falcons team has got to be happy with how this first period has gone, despite being down 1-0. It looks like night and day in every area of the game, offensively, defensively, goaltending. It's all drastically improved, and that's why this is a close game with 2.5 minutes left until the first intermission.
Very impressed with how calm and collected the Falcons are so far. Still under pressure as they trail 1-0, but like you mentioned, Calvin, doing a great job of staying in this. Have to give some stick taps out to their netminder, Gabe Rosek. A couple of beautiful saves early on here in this game. We'll see how things progress. Jacob will push this into the boards. It's broken free, a shot, and a nice stop from Suggs. Extends the glove.
It's a nice shot from MacArthur there, and maybe the lane would have got closed down, but I just saw Logan Kroyman, the defenseman, coming down on the back door. Stick on the ice, no one near him. If MacArthur finds him, Suggs would have had to have made some sort of a desperation save, and we could be looking at a tie game. MacArthur's still a nice quick snapshot. Always tough to have that vision to see where all your teammates are at on the ice. So difficult decision to make. Suggs, nice job to hold it with the trapper.
Patosha will win this free. Off the face-off circle, it's put over for Swade as he makes a nice pass. Kudo will try and spin one through on the 360, but couldn't get it to go. Back to protect is Klein. Half shot sent on net, but it's gloved down. Here's Lovasek. Put over for Swade as he tries to do the same thing as Kudo, but taking the shot instead of the pass. Nearing the 1 minute mark. Kirchhoff tried to skate it up himself. Kepke will handle it. Swade tries to make a hit. Austin Klein now for Julian Jacob. Here goes Zach Heinz. 1 goal in the game so far for him on the power play. He'll drop back. Jacob with a drive. That a hard one. And down in some pain there was Petronak. Soaked that one in a soft area in the knee. Got to have a lot of guts to step up and do that.
And that's the side of the knee, too, where your shin pad doesn't really protect you all that much. Oh, my goodness. Shields throws down Klugerman. Wow. Seen a lot of hits in this first.
Here goes Summers. Late try over for Redding. What a move! What a goal! Zach Heinz, his second of the night. The 100-point man continues the heater.
Goodness gracious, what a rush. You got Summers, takes a hit to make a play. The toe drag dangles in a phone booth from Redding, slides over, and just a little tap in, Happy Gilmore style for Zach Heinz on the back door. My goodness.
That's a fantastic hockey play and an unselfish decision from Matt Redding. Could have tried to do it himself, but recognized that Heinz was coming in for support. Made the pass. Easy as mini golf, I mean. Gotta put that one home, and it is.
Let's just say he's better at finishing on the back door than Adam Sandler is at finishing his putts.
Yes. 4 seconds left to go in the first period. This is tipped into the bench of the Bulldogs. Jackson Bernard will fetch that puck.
Yeah, I mean, go back and watch the highlights from last night, though. This top line of Summers, Redding, and Heinz, they just are on the same page, almost like sidekick qualities with this line. They all know where each other are, and they're able to find each other with passes, and that's impossible to defend. How do you defend that play?
Yeah, that's just a skillful play overall. And really, I think that's a positive thing to note because those are plays that we saw last year that the Bulldogs were making that they kind of struggled to make in their first couple of games. And now you're seeing it on full display. The confidence is back. Zach Heinz is on fire. And the Bulldogs skate into the second period with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and I mean, I think a big part of that for this Bulldog team is kind of the mental aspect like you talked about. They're kind of settling in, gaining that confidence as the season goes on. Playing those 3 guys that we talked about, Summers, Redding, as well as Heinz, who has 2 goals in this game so far. They've been playing together more, so they're able to build that chemistry. And I think also for these guys, they're super talented, but they were used to last year maybe feeding the puck to the likes of Sam Ruffin, Alessio Luciani, Matu Spodniak. Now they're starting to settle into that position as being the guy, the target man offensively. And, man, is it a joy to watch when they're snapping the puck around, finding each other on the tape. Matt Redding, incredible toe drag in the lead up to that one. And we're talking about a 3-goal, 5-point performance for Heinz last night. He's already got 2 goals in this game. Could we see back-to-back hat tricks for this guy?
Who knows? I mean, only time will tell. Plenty of hockey left, and the goaltender's doing a great job, too. Gabe Rosek, a couple of highlight reel saves. And back at the other end for the Bulldogs, Nolan Suggs holding it down well so far in his first collegiate appearance.
Yeah, I think we got to give credit to Nolan Suggs, and he's been given a hard time by this Concordia offense. So credit to the Falcons where credit is due. They're down 2-0 going into this first intermission, but had 9 shots on goal, which is about half of the total they had in all of last night combined. So they've really done a nice job of forechecking hard, I think, is where the offense has started for them, having the Bulldog defense on their heels. And then they've had nice chances in tight, odd man rushes. If not for Suggs, his agility in the net and his superior positioning, we could be talking about a much different game. But I think on the other side of things, if not for Rosick really dialing it in and having a bounce-back effort from last night, I mean, how about that blocker save post-to-post on Pato? It doesn't get much better than that. So we've got a little bit of a goaltending battle for the Bulldogs, though, and especially for Zach Heinz. The heater continues, as you said.
20 minutes gone so far. 2-0 score in favor of the Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys saying don't go anywhere. We'll return with the second period after the break.
Wow. Seen a lot of hits in this first.
Here goes Summers. Late try over for Redding. What a move! What a goal!
firsts, lasts, and in-betweens, we're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena, Saturday afternoon hockey. Adrian College and Concordia University of Wisconsin. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV for the second regulation period of this NCAA D3 contest. 2 goals so far for the Bulldogs, one coming from Zach Heinz, as we've mentioned, on fire right now. 20 minutes played so far. What'd you see, Calvin?
Yeah, just impressed as Heinz continues to play well with 2 goals in that first period. We see the stats here. It's actually a much more even matchup, and you credit Concordia for that. They've played really good hockey to this point in the game, and, you know, if not for the strong play of Nolan Suggs, this could be a much closer matchup. So excited to see how this one continues to play out in the second period.
Puck is dropped, and once again we are underway here at the AIA. Babiak tried to send a shot, but it deflected off of a shin pad. Calgin checked hard there by Sardelli. In their own zone, trying to break out was Kroyman. With some speed as Klugerman gets the icing waved off. 30 seconds gone. May will step up. Nice move from him as that stick checked away from his reach. Bounces around for a moment. Handled by Klugerman. And he'll make his approach as he elects to drop back. Kroyman up through neutral. Puck off the stick, and we'll get the first icing of the second period.
That's a smart, you know, defensive veteran play from Cam Babiak, because he definitely could have played that puck and kind of just kept his stick away from it and got the benefit of the doubt for the official for the icing. Though, as a former defenseman myself, that's just one of the tricks of the trade, where you kind of slow down your skating a little bit and leave that puck there so you get a face-off in your opponent's end, and worked well for Babiak that time.
Continuing on, Bulldogs trying to apply some pressure here. This is dished in between the feet of Redding. Heinz with some good speed as this is put through the lane. Rosek went for a dive there. Didn't seem like he was fully expecting the shot to come the way that it did. It's put over on the right blue for Jacob. Lost in translation. Suggs will skate out. Plays this around. Oh, almost turned it over. Just barely squeaked it through a triangle of the stick. Here's Jacob with the shot. Nobody knows where it is. Behind the cage. Doesn't go. Heinz to the outside. Summers plays it in between the hashes.
It's nice work by Seth Bergeron to tie up the stick of Redding around the goal there.
Here's a shot in the chest. And a good stop by Suggs. I thought he held on to it there. We're going to get a delayed call here. Falcons will head to the power play in just a moment. Summers, if had not had that puck blown dead, would have had a beeline breakaway towards Gabe Rosek.
Shields is going to get called here because, or it will be Jacob, okay. Thought I saw Shields going to the box. Julian Jacob heads in there, and we'll get the call here from Mark DeRogers. They're going to say roughing. He took down Grant Newcomer behind the net. It looked like he might have wrapped him up a little bit. And Concordia, their second chance of the night on the power play, have not been able to score on the man advantage yet this weekend. 0 for 1 so far in this game. But their first power play looked pretty solid. So Bulldog penalty kill will need to be in their best form as that puck went off the official, now cleared.
This goes down the length. Rosek will stop it. Falcons will look to break out. Noah Reutman, the defenseman, sophomore from Inver Groves Heights, Minnesota. Plays that, and May will try and break it free, almost caused the turnover. Skating up with it is MacArthur. This is to the left, intended for Klugerman. Calgin using his size well, has May along the outside, put through, and a great dive there from Reutman to get in front of that. Sardelli to MacArthur, looking towards the front. Great poke check, just in the nick of time.
I think MacArthur held onto that puck just a little bit too long. Has to let that one go with the shot.
Calgin saucered one on the backhand. Under 60 left to go on the 5-on-4. Wersing hit hard. Tried to get too cute with it. Put right down towards the ice. Klugerman to the outside, save made by Suggs. Comes up with a big one.
Nice shot by Newcomer. He did a nice job of just catching and shooting, not giving the goaltender Suggs a lot of time to react. Suggs able to get over in time, but makes it difficult for a goaltender when you shoot it and get it off your tape that quickly.
Here's Swade. Will lift through, killing more time off the clock. Right idea to skate up at first and then play it down. 10 seconds to go in the 5-on-4. Head manning is Kroyman. Now to Newcomer. Couldn't get the entry. It bounces up. Pizzamenti will send it down low, and we're back to even strength 5-on-5. This is sent in front. Good play as Kudo will try and send a pass. Didn't get all of it. Suggs with a quick head check makes a pass, and it bounces off the foot of Klein. Luckily didn't redirect into any bad areas of the ice. Good pass upwards. Here goes Amsball, drops it back. And Rozek checking the webbing on the glove there. Thought it went all the way through. Definitely got a piece of it. This one put over horizontally. Amsbo will skate once again. Onside as Lovasek is crunched hard. This one plays out beyond the blue line. Bowman receives a shove to the numbers. Back to get it is Koepke. Defenseman will skate this up. Lift it down low. Summers there to meet it. Saucered over, glove down by Koepke. Nice move as he breaks in. Takes the shot, stick save made by Suggs as he'll hold on for the whistle. 14:48 left to go here in the second period. Nolan Suggs with a couple of good stops.
So far in this period, Concordia has the only 3 shots on goal. So strong start for the Falcons here. Part of that is due to having that power play, but they're gaining some traction in this game. Next goal is going to be pretty crucial in this contest, I feel.
Hard hit along the boards by Heinz, and this is going to be called down. Brian Dittmer down in some pain as Heinz is going to be escorted to the box. I think they're going to whistle this as an elbowing call. So another chance for the Falcons on the special team unit. Head official Mark DeRosiers makes the call. Bulldogs don't like it, but they're going to have to live with it and come up with another way to kill off a penalty. Tied up on the draw. D to D is Newcomer. Adinier with plenty of space gets this down low, stopped by Rozek. Almost picked off by Summers as he continues to forecheck hard. Newcomer waiting for the right time to pass, finally does. Bounces off the boards. Up go the Falcons. It's played down, nice effort by Loretto. Newcomer rips one on. Glove save made by Suggs. Good tracking from Nolan Suggs to come up with that stop.
Yeah, really good work by Humphreys out front, standing in front of the goaltender, trying to get a screen. Wasn't able to get a redirect on the puck, but that's the formula if you want to try and beat Suggs. Shots through traffic and with bodies in front.
And I think the positive really for Concordia at this point is that they're getting so much more traffic to the front of the net. And we've seen more shots now in about a period and a quarter than we did at all yesterday. Now sitting at 13. Yesterday, after 60 minutes of play, I believe the total was 18.
You'd be correct.
I make sure I do my homework.
Exactly.
Gotta look for it.
Knew it off the top of your head. Wow.
Klugerman will skate his way in. Wraps around the outside of the boards. 39 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4. Sardelli, a give and go. Now to the left point. Klugerman, here's a one-time drive. It's tipped down. Klein got a piece of it. That almost bounced behind Suggs.
So they just blew the whistle for high sticking, which is not the right call because Ochitwa did hit the puck with it above his shoulder, but then Austin Klein got the next touch on it before a Falcon touched it again. So the rule is if the same team that touched it with a high stick touches it immediately after, you get a whistle. But that was not the case. So I don't know why they blew it dead, just a little bit of a miscue from the official, and the faceoff is going to stay in the Bulldog zone as a result. Normally with high sticking, I believe it would come out to neutral ice.
Falcons will take the draw in their offensive zone with 20 seconds remaining in the 5-on-4. Bulldogs will look to clear. They do. Rosek will stop it once again, as he has before. A little flip pass coming from the stick of Reutemann. 5 seconds left in the power play as Ausmus tries to get one last rush. And we're back to even strength 5-on-5. Heinz, fresh out of the box, was waiting in neutral ice, hoping to get that home run pass. Adinier will receive a biscuit as it's saucered over to Heinz. Dropped back and then picked up. Up with it is Koepke. Hazelton with some speed. Looking towards the outside now on the backhand. Puts it in front. Here's a backhand kicked aside by Suggs. We're evened up at shots. Klugerman puts this one on, looking for the tip. Doesn't get it.
Yeah, good work by Klugerman to see Pizzamenti driving the net, and unfortunately for Ben Pizzamenti, just couldn't get that paddle on the puck to redirect it towards Suggs. The passing vision here has been pretty good, though, from Concordia in the first 8 minutes of this period.
Shields gets over for Sorensen. Swade has some speed. Looking towards the front, drops back. The shot fanned on as it pops up. Glove down by Swade, as it's just barely kept in by Shields. Great reach from him on the blue line. Put towards the front. Bulldogs caught with numbers. Kirchhoff dumps in. Jacob, a speedy retrieval, sends a pass up all the way for Heinz. Stick handles his way through, looking towards the front. Amsbo tries to get the shot off. The wraparound chance doesn't go. Great defensive play by Derek Humphreys.
Wow, what a back check by Humphreys. The forward coming back to break that one up, as you said.
Heinz to Amsbo in the center slot. Angled into the boards. Here's a drive. The second attempt, Heinz was looking for his own rebound. And Kirchhoff will send that down low. Summers receives it in front of the box. Miscue on that pass. Bowman will backpedal to create some time. It's left off. There was a twig that was sent down to the ice. I think it fell out of the hands of Grant Newcomer. 2-on-2. Here's Heinz. Opens up. Moved off into the boards. Good hit there from Redding.
What a move by Ketterman.
Ketterman to the left side, looking towards the front, has a trailer, and a great diving play there from Bowman. Long pass for Summers. To the slot, looking over, and it's covered up by Rosek. And after the whistle there, Redding laid down a hit on Reutemann from what it looked like. I don't think anything's going to come out of this, but
not really sure what happened. I didn't think Redding had any intent to bump into Reutemann. Maybe he was selling it a little bit there. Tough to tell. Regardless, those last 2 minutes was some exciting end-to-end hockey. Great chances for both teams and good efforts by both sides' defensemen and goaltenders to stymie the plays at the last second.
That long shot doesn't go as it bounces off the end wall. Good effort on both sides. Really, as you mentioned, Calvin, Falcons playing very well up to this point, despite being down 2-0, and Bulldogs holding on to their lead, looking to extend even further. .9:38 left to go in the second period here at Arrington Ice Arena.
Wonder what this conversation going on at center ice is about.
I think they're trying to decide where the faceoff is based off of where the puck hit the netting.
Okay.
I think it was played out of play, and they couldn't quite figure out where it angled off of. So they decide the faceoff is in the D zone of Adrian College. Kudo will distribute to Lovasek. Intended for Swade, and this will be icing.
I thought Swade got a piece of it there.
He was certainly looking for it.
You know, the icing there is against Alec Lovasek, but I've really liked the play from the sophomore from Pickering, Ontario so far in this game. He's had a lot of really good composure. There's been a couple of times where he could have forced plays where he's held onto the puck for that extra moment and found a teammate. Done a really nice job distributing here today.
Kudo will put a backhand pass off for Swade. Tied up in the corner. Patosha will fight for it. It's broken free. Here goes Swade all alone. Gets to it there. Doesn't get the shot off as he was pressured hard by Dittmer. Dumped down low. Kroyman. Patosha fans on his pass. Put up through neutral. Hazelton out of the reach. Klein back by himself. This is dropped back through the legs. Man in front all alone. Falcons were looking for that 1-T right on the top of the blue paint. Skating down there. There's Ochitwa. Run, trying to poke it free. Puck really just slapping back between both sets of jerseys.
Kind of a stalemate right now. Deadlocked.
Absolutely. Two shots, both went wide there. First from the right point, then from the left. The Falcons will dump back in. We'll see what will come out of this play.
I think with how hard both these teams are battling right now, I mentioned it earlier, but the next goal is really going to either shift the momentum or keep momentum going for Adrian in this game.
Both sides really not wanting to give up any space. But here comes a 3-on-1 from the Falcons. Shot taken. Great save from Suggs. Oh, the Falcons had numbers on that attempt. You expect the shot, or really expect the pass there, but Falcons were thinking shot option.
Yeah, I think the reason why Mason Osmus is forced to shoot that puck, you see Matt Kudo sliding in to take away the passing lane, does a nice job. Osmus with a nice shooting attempt, tried to go low blocker, which is a tough area to make a save if you're a goaltender, but Suggs stands tall again.
Played back underneath the red. Here is Amsball. Over for Sorensen. Has a little bit of space. Checked for a moment. Adinier. Up top. Taken away by MacArthur. Gets over for Ketterman, who has a step. This will travel down low. Change of possessions. Just like that. Newcomer. Lost it as he was circling around. Patosha receives a shrug. Loretto over to Amsbo. Some more stick checking going on. Nobody can really sustain possession for very long at this point.
That's going to be a penalty against the Falcons here, as I think Dittmer got a bit of a slew foot on Amsball. I don't think it was intentional, but his leg kind of swiped behind, Dittmer's right leg swiped behind the left leg of Amsball and kind of swept him out. So I think it should be a tripping call here, or it's going to be holding, excuse me. Call made by the referee Swenson, and Briar Dittmer going to the box. For the Bulldogs, this is a big opportunity to try and extend their lead and maybe try to pull away in what's been a tightly contested affair. for Dittmer, I think he's really unfortunate to get called there. That's just two strong guys going for the puck. They both go down, and Bulldogs seek to capitalize here on the man advantage.
Bulldogs will look to change the momentum here as that first shot was kicked aside by Rosek. The rebound couldn't be picked up. It escapes the blue as Heinz crunched hard, sent to the ice. Good forecheck there from Sawyer-Worsing.
I think for this Concordia penalty kill, they've got to know, keep your head on a swivel for number 10. Cover him at all times.
Heinz will play it himself. Swade will come in for support. Redding has Shields up top. Goes down low for Swade. Swade on the backhand, trying to sneak one through. Shields over for Summers. Rips one and he scores! What a shot from Brad Summers. A power play goal. The Dogs lead 3-0.
Nice work by Brad Summers there. Just a pure shot from the left side circle. Beats Rosek's glove hand here as we see him just step into it, pick out that top right corner. Great placement. And for Brad Summers, after already recording a pair of assists in this game, he gets a goal to make it 3 points on the afternoon.
Brad Summers, his third goal of the season. 10 games played, as well as 9 assists for 11, now 12 points. Connor May will try and put that through traffic.
Talked about Heinz having a great weekend. Summers has had a great weekend of his own. 5 assists yesterday, now a goal and 2 assists today to make it 8 points on the weekend. Pretty incredible numbers there.
And I think it's interesting to know, too, Brad Summers, the sophomore from Oakville, Ontario, really stepping up. Had a pretty solid season last year and is now being relied on as one of the more impact players. Here's John Kaljan. A hard shot blocked by the shin pads of Petronak.
Yeah, Petronak hobbled here. He's got to get off the ice. He's in some discomfort right now.
Those are the times you kind of grit your teeth and hope that it ends sooner rather than later.
It's pretty difficult when you're in your own end as a defenseman to get off for a line change. This puck's just got to get out here as it takes a touch off Ochitwa, and now Petronak's finally going to be able to get off.
Ochitwa takes a hit behind the play as Potosha trying to create some offense. Helmet shaken up there. Could see it from up here in the box. Swade, a nice move, puts one on, hits the iron. Oh, so close there was Jake Swade. A nifty move and a well-placed shot, but goalie's best friend.
Ooh, tough call there. Potosha just trying to tag up as Swade brought it in.
That was a great play from Jake Swade. Skated in between the hash marks. And got off a great shot. Look at the stick handling and, oh, within inches. Jake Swade, a lot of the goals that he scores are really more of those hard-working goals that we see, picking up rebounds in front, creating chaos.
And he's the guy behind the scenes who's setting up other players to score a lot as well.
He is a distributor. Bulldogs have numbers. 3-on-1. Amsbo puts it over. The shot was wide. Kudo does a great job of sending this up for Klein. Over for Amsbo. Swade was heading towards the net, was hoping that he was going to get a puck. MacArthur. Reitman fires a shot, it's blocked. Here's another odd man rush. Summers towards the front, put over, and a save from Rosek. That's a big stop for Gabe Rosek to really do his best to hold on for his team here. Down 3-0 with 3 minutes left in the second period.
Yeah, just another unselfish play. That's kind of been the trademark of Summers' game this year, where he finds Kudo across with a nice saucer, Bulldog defensemen are so good at hopping up in the play, and for Matt Kudo, just unable to beat the glove of Rosick, who makes a really nice stop in tight.
Nice pass from Heinz. Looking for the wraparound. Doesn't go. Covered up by Rosick. They'll get the whistle once again.
Kudo's a little bit snake bit because last night he got credited with a goal when he got shoved into the net. The puck went off his side and into the net, and then they waved the goal off. And then here again today had a great chance to score for Matt Kudo and can't quite capitalize. He's kind of an unsung hero of this team. He plays really good defensively, and I don't think people give him enough credit for his offensive capabilities as well.
Very well put as we continue play. Redding will spin this off. Summers along the dasher will try and kick it free. Here's Heinz up top for a Denier. Might have deflected off of the stick of Sardelli as it exited the offensive zone. Turning up quickly is Summers. Now to Heinz, a good drop pass. A Denier with an extended stick. And here goes Pizzamenti on the breakaway. And a great blocker save. Fantastic stop on the breakaway from Nolan Suggs. Standing tall in the blue paint.
Seen some nice blocker saves from both goaltenders in this one.
Here go the Falcons again. Put over, and another great stop. The 2-on-1 denied by Nolan Suggs. How about that?
Yeah, this is a nice save. And Concordia working hard. This is Pizzamenti in one-on-one, and then nice blocker save by Suggs, who was able to read the play. And then in the encounter right after that, the shot came in from the Falcons, and Nolan Suggs it into his glove.
Good patience, crease awareness, angles from Nolan Suggs. Doing a great job on the back end for the Bulldogs here this afternoon. That puck taken away, fanned on the shot was Kroyman. Bulldogs will look to continue the hunt down low. Pizzamenti gets this up. Tenazaka didn't have his head on the right way and missed that pass. As Thrun will send it on.
Rare mistake from Logan Kroyman. Kroyman's a really talented player for this team. He's 6'4", 185 pounds, freshman from Deerfield Beach, Florida. Is really steady back there, and I've been impressed with how he's played all weekend for this Falcons team. Logs a lot of minutes as a first-year player for Concordia and really holds down the fort back there. Very calm, cool, and collected. Not your typical Florida man kind of vibes from Kroyman. Very under control, composed at all times.
Gotta watch out for those Florida guys. Oh, and a run in there. Kirchhoff came in contact with his own player, Humphreys. Moved over, Calgin tries to put it through. Run is taken down. Over for Summers, the tip. The second attempt as he's hit hard. Rosek once again will cover up.
That's a really hard and I think clean hit from Seth Bergeron as he just cleared Theo Troon, who was kind of banging away at the side of the goal. Rosick had it sealed off, and that's what you got to do as a defenseman. You know, nothing dirty about it, but get opponents out of there. Protect your goaltender. That's important. Good to see Concordia still playing for each other here, down 3-0 with 44 seconds left in the middle frame.
Patosha losing the draw there. Under 60 in the second period. Ketterman breaks his way loose. Jacob taken down. Shields will pick up. This over on the wide side. Lovasek tried to stick handle his way through traffic. Falcons looking for that last second chance. Shot goes wide to the blocker side of Suggs. MacArthur plays it. Shields will get it with 6 seconds left. Bulldogs trying to eat it there, but a missed pass. Here's a bouncing puck, and that skitters wide. And that's going to do it for the end of the second period. Only one goal in that second frame. A power play goal as we skate into the third period with a 3-0 Bulldog lead. What did you like after the first 40, Calvin?
Yeah, I thought it was a really steady performance from both teams, really. Concordia dug in. I think they were the better team, actually, for the first half of that period. But then finally you had the Bulldogs breaking the ice as it was Brad Summers getting on the board on the power play, assisted by Zach Heinz and Jaden Shields. A little bit of an unfortunate turn of events for the Falcons because I wasn't super happy with the penalty call on Briar Dittmer there that led to the man advantage. But you got the feeling if the Bulldogs were going to go up a man for a couple of minutes, they were going to continue their dominance because it's really been a strong offensive weekend all around. I think you credit Gabe Rosick for giving the Falcons a better chance in this game, but I think the real star for the Bulldogs so far in this one, Heinz and Summers have been good, but Nolan Suggs on the back end. Bulldogs haven't played their best defensive game today, giving Concordia a lot of chances, including that breakaway from Pizzamenti, a handful of odd men rushes. Suggs has been stellar.
Absolutely, and this game a lot closer than it was last night up to this point. 21-17 are the shots, still in favor of Adrian, but it's really anybody's game at this point. It's going to come down to goaltending. Nolan Suggs, as you've mentioned, playing really strong. Gabe Rosick on the other side, doing his job just as well, I'd like to say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, goaltending, I think, has been the main storyline. And then we talk about that top line for the Bulldogs of Summers, joined by, I believe it is Matt Redding, who plays with him, alongside Zach Heinz. And those guys have really just been finding each other in scoring areas all weekend, doing a really nice job. Like we said, it always seems like they're on the same page, know where each other are on the ice. And for Zach Heinz, it feels like he can do no wrong right now. Whenever he's touching the puck, it seems like he's scoring in the offensive zone. So, good things continue for the Bulldogs. And I think the positive here is they're facing a Falcons opponent that's executing better, and they're still able to get it done and still able to carry a 3-goal lead into this third, where I think it's just got to be more of the same for both teams, really, because Concordia is going to be rewarded if they continue to play fast-paced, physical, and team-oriented hockey like they are so far.
Good action on both sides of the ice. Adrian in College and Concordia University of Wisconsin. 3-0 the score after 40 in favor of the Bulldogs. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys saying, don't go anywhere, we'll return with the third period after the break.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena. Quick start there. Had to keep my head on a swivel. Didn't know we came back live, but nonetheless, Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here from the AIA Saturday afternoon hockey. Adrian College and Concordia University of Wisconsin. 3-0 the score after 40 minutes of play. What do you like from both sides, Calvin?
Well, I like the fact I was able to get the chocolate from the Boston cream donuts I had during intermission wiped off my face before our director put us back on air. Shout out Josiah Durrell keeping us on our toes here. But no, I like the performance of this top line that I've talked about all night. And I like the performance of Nolan Suggs. Currently perfect on the evening, and we got puck drop here for the third period right now.
We'll see what happens in this third and final regulation frame from the Arrington Ice Arena. Puck is dropped, and once again, we're underway here at the AIA. Time ticking down from 20, now going even lower. Zach Heinz will go for it. Excuse me, that was Troon who played it. Calgin was taken down. It spun around the boards. Babyak can't keep it in. Back to retrieve it is Will Bowman. Start the breakout here. Connor May, a give and go, a missed pass as Klugerman was going off the ice. Gets eaten up by the ice monster there as he took a tumble.
The abominable snowman, as they call him.
Yes. Here's Calgin, goes inside and out. Spinning a shot, that one just barely wide to the glove side. Minute gone as this is tied up in the corner. Pushed off into the boards. Calgin will come in for support. 2v2 puck scrum. We'll see how it kicks out. Finally broken loose. Heinz blows an edge down. I think that puck was hand passed. Looked like one of the Concordia players got a glove on it, but nonetheless a quick shot and the Bulldogs strike.
My goodness. How about the pass and the finish from Matt Redding? Redding came out of nowhere. He's just going to drift into the back door as Heinz finds the puck. This is the velocity on this shot from Redding. I don't think anyone's saving that one, and Rozek, try as he might, wasn't able to keep it out, and Matt Redding grabs the goal, which will stand as his 6th of the season.
Bulldogs on the board quickly for the first time. Heinz will rip a shot on. That's blocked. Is put towards the outside. Crosses over the blue. That was a crafty pass as Redding will pick up. Puts over. Shot taken. The rebound. Summers was all by himself, but it bounced over his stick. He'll take another shot as it's kicked aside by Rozek. Covered up by the blocker. He'll hold on for the whistle.
Goodness. Wow, this line of Heinz, Redding, and Summers looks like they got caffeinated or something during the intermission, because they came out wheeling and dealing on this last shift for the opening 2 minutes of the period. That was an incredible showing. Redding gets the goal and a couple of more chances. And this will be icing against Concordia. You know, Alex, as they played Mariah Carey during the intermission, all I want for Christmas is a Zach Heinz back-to-back hat trick for the second consecutive game.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one.
It'd be pretty special, especially on a weekend where he crosses the 100-point threshold in his career. I haven't seen back-to-back hat tricks before, so that would be pretty incredible. He's sitting on 2.
Well, the Adrian MD1 Bulldogs last weekend, before the Thanksgiving break, actually had back-to-back hat tricks. I have to remember who scored it.
It was either Watt or Camilla, right?
I believe it was Gavin Watt, yes. Scored back-to-back hat tricks, 6 goals in 2 games. And Heinz here tonight has 3 points with that assist on the last goal, but no hat trick yet, so he's sitting at 3 YOs, but still needs that third one. Patosha! A quick shot rings the crossbar. Jaws dropping to the stands here at Arrington Ice Arena. Check out this release.
This play starts with I think Lovasek feeding it over to Patosha. Passes behind him. He does a nice job to play it up to his blade from his skate and just sent it off the left side of that crossbar.
Man, that was a bullet. That had some heat on it.
Patosha, one of the only players who's really been somewhat quiet, but he still played well, just hasn't really gotten any points on the weekend. Yeah, great opportunity there for Patosha, who's got a really nice wrist shot and beat Rosick, but it went off the bar.
As you said, Calvin, haven't seen much from Patosha this weekend, but still has a decent amount of points to his record this year, 4 goals and 5 assists for 9 points in total.
It's crazy. He came into this weekend as the Bulldogs' leading scorer, and with all the scoring that's taken place from their top line, he's now been surpassed by a couple of guys. But last weekend he had 2 goals, and that come from behind 3-2 win against Stevenson. So he's been really good this season, the junior from Ontario.
Here's Ben Loretto to the outside, fires, and in the chest. It's held on to by Rozek.
One thing that just always impresses me is how offensive-minded this defensive unit is for the Bulldogs. They love just hopping up into the play, being that fourth forward, kind of like, you know, the style of defense that Bobby Orr trademarked back in the 70s that was revolutionary. And Adrian just has so many guys that are hungry to get up ice and support their forwards, which you have to be careful and find the balance there with the guys staying back, forwards covering for you, but it's an overwhelming presence against opposing defenses and goaltenders.
Reutman will skate in, fires on. Shoulder shrug by Suggs. Good save from him. This is Troon, who will lift in. Crunch there. Shields. Long shot deflected. And holding on there is Rosek. I thought it was deflected by a stick in front, but Rosek got it clean. 15:48 left to go in the third period here at Arrington Ice Arena. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys joined alongside me as always. Happy to have you all join us here on this nice Saturday afternoon for some great NCAA hockey. Jaden Shields will put one on. Catches a stick. Heinz will try and dish down low. Here's Redding. In front is Summers, and that one also ringing the iron. Redding again. Shields puts it on, and a headshot there. Oh, Rosek with the vintage Henrik Lundqvist save there. Got that with all of the brain bucket, seems to be okay.
Wow. His ears are probably ringing right now because that Redding one-timer just went directly off the forehead. Look at this setup. It's going to start on the right side for Jacob. Redding rotates, and then that was actually, I think, Jaden Shields who had the shot from the left side. But good job by Rosick to get over there and just do whatever he could to keep the puck out.
Yeah, and they're going to check him out here as protocol with head injuries. They're going to make sure that Rosek is okay and can remain in this game. And if not, there might be a goaltending change made here.
Well, we saw Blake Hazelton, the backup for the Falcons, come in for the third yesterday as Rosick was getting shelled. And now again, we might have to see Hazelton come in. He's being checked out by the trainer. And both teams with a chance to just talk to their guys. I think Jim Masso's taking this opportunity to really get things in line for his team. Rosick's skating off. I don't know what this means. Crowd giving him an ovation, but not certain whether he's going to stay in or not. We'll just have to see.
I think he was just helping the trainer off to the box. Seems to be okay. You don't see it very often where goaltenders will intentionally try and head the puck, but he really took all of that shot. Wore it well, and real good display of grit to power through it and stay in this game.
Yeah, this guy's a really good goaltender. I mean, he's been impressive today. Made some nice stops. it's not his fault that they're down 4-0. I'll just say that.
Absolutely. So we continue play after the quick stoppage. This is moved over for Heinz. Bounced around in between the feet. Heinz will get it. Has Shields in front. Tries to get to him. Now up top. Jacob with a hard shot. Into the glove, save made by Rosek as he'll hold on.
The positive coming out of that is that Rosek got a chance to just come out of his net and catch a breather for a moment with just the volume of shots he's seen in this third. I think in these first 5 minutes, the Bulldogs have really kind of regained control offensively as Shields, frustrated, wasn't able to find the finish there as the shot caught Rosek up high again. But Concordia really came out with a lot of jump to start the second. It's been all Adrian to start the final period so far.
Rosek seems to be okay after taking another one in the mask. So he'll continue through. Shields tried to take the one-timer. Fanned on it a little bit there. Tied up in the corner for a moment. See if anyone can come away with it. It's over to Shields towards the backhand, and a great save from Rosek. Extended the glove side pad.
There was the chance for another Heinz Hattie. Rosek says no dice as he will hold on, and it wasn't a super confident shot as Heinz went to the backhand. Needed to maybe try and send it top shelf. Easier said than done on the weak side of your stick. Rosek able to hold on for the stoppage.
Gabe Rosek playing very strong, as we've mentioned a couple of times here this afternoon. Skates into the game, 428 goals against average, 890 save percentage, but has played the majority of these games. As that shot taken by Patosha. Glove down once again by Rosek.
I think for Patosha, he's just got to keep shooting. He's been doing the right things to get into scoring areas. And you get the feeling he's due for one in this third period with the way he's playing.
Like to see that hard style of hockey from him. As he'll skate to this puck, chops at it, gets it back down low. Lovasek, here's Patosha, fires and he scores! Calvin with the crystal ball, and Patosha finds the back of the net.
I need to go buy a lottery ticket.
Right now.
Ryan Patosha, we talked about it, getting into scoring area. This is a great feed from Lovasek, and just an absolute snipe there into the top left. Again, just another unstoppable shot. You leave Patosha wide open in the high slot, he's going to make you pay. That's what he does there.
Great shot from Ryan Patosha. Bulldogs lead 5-0 with 13:47 left to go in the third period. I can't believe you actually just called that. Here's Sorensen this time. Puck is still loose. As getting it down low is Amsball. Tied up 2v2.
It's a shame I didn't buy one of the 50-50 raffle tickets.
Yes. 2-on-1 if they can hurry. This shot going wide. Looking for Tenazaka, but doesn't get to his stick. Amsball has the support of Sorensen. Puts it through. It's picked up down low by Tenazaka once again. It's spun off into neutral ice. Pizzamenti breaks his way down, and Suggs made the stop. Didn't know where the rebound went, but he got all of it. Really a last-second save there. Troon trying to fight for it. Arm is up, and we're going to get a whistle. I believe this is going to be a penalty against the Bulldogs.
That's a Troon trip on Osmus. He brought down the Falcon defender. Kind of just caught reaching for the puck there. As it is going to be a tripping call. On the other end, I was really impressed by the play from Ben Pizzamenti, who did a nice job to hustle down ice, lift the stick of Loretto to get the shot off. Pizzamenti has had a couple of good chances for the Falcons today. Had the breakaway that forced Suggs to make a nice blocker stop. He's been buzzing, hasn't been rewarded yet, but I think he's probably been the best forward for the Falcons so far in this game.
We'll see how the Falcons fare on this power play attempt. The clearing attempt is successful as Rosek with a little Keith Yandel sonk play there to fake the pass. Newcomer.
He looks confident back there playing the puck, doesn't he? As a coach, I would be pulling my hairs out seeing my netminder faking somebody out behind the goal like that, but Rosick looked confident and it worked out.
Well, when you can keep your body moving at full speed, but your body to slow down a little bit the way that Rosek did right there, you have to be happy if you're Coach Jim Masso. He's played a fantastic game, and even despite being down, still trying to make the extra effort on plays to see what he can do for his team.
You hear the stick taps from the Bulldog bench because John Calgin and Connor May just did a phenomenal job of holding the puck down in the Falcon territory, and that killed a lot of time. Now the Falcons, after power plays earlier on in this game have looked pretty solid. We just see another miscue there as they ice it down. I think they were looking for Sardelli on the Bulldog blue, as that was Kroyman, but just weren't able to find him.
56 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4. Bulldogs short-handed here. Will take the draw in their offensive zone.
We got a Falcon penalty on Sawyer Wersing here as he tripped up Lovasek, I guess, off the face-off.
Looks like we're going to skate 4-on-4 for the next 53.
Roughing the call here. I think he might have. We see it a lot on face-offs. It goes uncalled where you see the draw and then the guy who loses it maybe gets his hands up high. Looked like Lovasek, or actually Lovasek was the guy lining up behind Am's ball, and Wersing just kind of came crashing through, and we'll go to 4-on-4 for 53 seconds.
11:32 remaining here in the third period. Dogs up 5-0 as they've had a great third period effort. And here's another chance. Loose scramble in front. It's put home. Ian Am's ball.
What a moment there as for Ian Am's ball, I believe that is his first career goal. Or rather, that'll be number 2 in his career. Second this season for Am's ball. And he gets rewarded after, I think all weekend he's done a really nice job of just hounding the puck, hustling in the offensive zone. And that was another hustle play there where the puck was just loose on the goal line, and he was able to get there to knock it in. Apologies for the miscue there. That's his second of his career, but still an important goal as he continues to settle in as a Bulldog.
So that will not count as a power play goal as both penalties are still up on the board. We skate 4-on-4 still for the next 20 seconds as Potosha will get to the front, hooked up, covered. And Kudo trying to stir the pot a little bit.
I think he was just trying to get out of there. Hit 2 guys on either side and just trying to get out. At this stage, when you're up 6-0, the Falcons are frustrated. And for the Bulldogs, they just want to keep all their guys healthy and in the lineup moving forward down the season. So just play your game, and after the whistle, get out of those greasy areas.
Good to see, too, a lot of the younger guys getting a considerable amount of time here in this game. Coach Adam Krug doing his best to give everybody a chance. And on all sides, offense and defense, Dogs have been great. Dogs have been playing great up till this point. Here's Jaden Shields, will pick up, puts one on. The redirect stays out, it's cleared. Suggs will play it down as the Bulldogs back to the power play.
A little bit of a baton twirl there behind the play. Summers had his stick lifted out of his hands. It was flying around in the air, and now he has it.
Shields will drop back for Heinz. Good move, but he's shoved down. It's taken away quickly by Koepke. He'll race up towards the front, looking for a shot, put over, Swade there. Takes it away quickly. This is tipped over for Heinz. Redding was looking for the pass option play to Zach Heinz. Might see the Bulldogs try and feed him. Has 2 goals in this game so far, and a big collision there. And somehow it bounces around, and the Falcons are able to strike shorthanded. I'm not even sure what transpired on that one. We'll see if we can catch it here on the replay.
I was just see if we can get another look at that play. I guess not. We'll have to look back at the tape here, because I think that one fooled everyone in our press box, including our director, as the puck went in. I was looking over at Cam Babyak and then at the official, because I thought that might have been knee-on-knee contact and we were going to see a penalty, and by the time I looked over, Suggs was pulling the puck out of the net. Take a look here and see if we can break it down for you. That's huge, though, for Concordia's confidence.
Some hootering and hollering from the Falcons bench. Worsing didn't realize his penalty was up, and they were trying to get his attention to leave the box because they were playing 5-on-4 for more time than they were down for. Here's Babyak to the backhand, loose. What a save, Rosek! Oh my goodness, he does it again.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's insane. No words for this one. We'll get a look at it. It was Babyak in tight at first. It comes over for Troon. My goodness. How do you get his glove on that?
Yeah. Gabe Rosek had a similar goal, or I should say save in the first period with the blocker. How about with the glove? The athleticism to track that all the way, to know where the players are going to be.
They're talking to the penalty box attendant who was working the box for Sawyer Worsing, because I think the penalty expired and it took him a couple seconds to open up the door for Worsing.
Swade trying to spin one on.
All kinds of weird stuff happening in this game. It's all over the place.
Maybe that was what the commotion was about from the Falcons bench. Maybe Worsing knew that he needed to get out, but he just couldn't. But I digress. We play on. Here goes Swade. Over for Protosha. Missteps his stick. Played down low. Icing is the call, and we'll take the whistle with 8:24 left to go in the third.
Okay, so I've got the verdict on the Concordia goal that happened really quickly. It was the Bulldog defenseman, I believe Babyak, who was carrying the puck in front of his own goal, and Riley Klugerman came up and stick checked it all the way back through the 5-hole of Suggs and into the net. So that's what happened.
An unfortunate bounce for an otherwise stellar performance from Nolan Suggs.
That's kind of goaltending for you, in a nutshell. You do all these work to make a lot of great saves, and it's just a bad bounce that doesn't go your way. Kind of hockey in general, too, encapsulated in a play. But
Can't be perfect every day, but still Nolan Suggs doing his part for the hometown squad.
I think on the other side of things, Klugerman, who has the puck now, has worked really hard and played really well, so he got rewarded for his efforts. Heavy forecheck leads to a goal for the Falcons. They break Suggs' shutout, and I'm really shocked that wasn't a tripping penalty on Matt Kudo, who brought down Sardelli on the rush just now.
I'm going to agree with you on that one there. I think otherwise, aside from that, officiating has been pretty solid here tonight.
Yeah, I think one thing that was interesting to see early on in this game is there's a lot of rough stuff yesterday, and then it was kind of a couple of quick roughing calls that were made against both teams that kind of really reined things in, and we've seen a fairly clean hockey game since.
7:28 remaining in the third period. Adrian College and Concordia University of Wisconsin here at Arrington Ice Arena. This oversteps Adinier's reach. Amsbow gets this wide. Troon trying to play it through. Ben Loretto goes on the backhand for Adinier. Amsbo once again. Bulldogs offside, so they'll have to reset. Kroyman lifts in off the end wall. Adinier to pick up there. Pushed up by Loretto. This puck gets to Amsbo. And right back to him as he'll skate through. Will hunt down his own pass. Sends this over the blue. Sent down in once again. Line change for Adrian. Now it's Matt Redding. Shields. Over for Jacob. He's hit hard into the boards. Right in front of the women's ACHA D1 team. Getting ready for their tilt tonight against Penn State. Catch that game right here on ACTV. 7 o'clock puck drop, Eastern Standard Time.
And Herm, what do I need to do to recruit you to call the game with me?
We'll have to see about it.
Can I bribe you with some Boston cream donuts?
It's very possible. MD2 Bulldogs getting home late last night.
Yeah.
2 a.m. for an 11 a.m. puck drop. As this is moved over, fancy play. Shields will fire, and that one goes over the net.
That was a good pass breakup by Seth Bergeron, who slid down. Nice move by Summers, too, in the lead-up. Yeah, I don't blame you if you don't want to join me, because I know you had an early morning and then you started in the game, got the win this morning, but I definitely appreciate it. Always fun to call the game with you, Herm.
Absolutely, always a good time. Heinz will do this himself down low. Gives over for Summers. Jacob, the hard drive, the rebound covered up. And we'll get the whistle with 5:10 left to go in the third period. And I have to give a quick shout out here. Earlier in the game during the pre-show, gave me a congratulations. And I have to extend a congratulations to you, Calvin. Recently promoted to one of the new student directors along with Dakota Schneider. So for all the hard work.
And you're a student director too. Don't be that humble.
I'll be joining you on that cast, but
that'll be cool.
For all the hard work that you do, I have to say thank you and excited to get things going in the spring.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate the love, and yeah, right back at you, partner. And want to thank Josiah Durrell and Reagan Petrowski for all the awesome work they've done over the past couple of years with ACTV. Reagan's graduating. I think she's going to play pro hockey in Australia, which hopefully, yeah, she'll be able to enjoy throwing some shrimps on the Barbie. And for Josiah Durrell, he's going for a semester at sea, so we'll see. Hopefully by the time he comes back, he'll be jacked like Popeye after all that time sailing around the 7 seas.
Two big names here in ACTV always do their part to help out the students, teaching in every moment that they can, even better friends outside of the office, and they will surely be missed here around the workplace, but we hope they do well. And here's a chance for Kirchhoff. Got a break. We'll put this over, and they score.
Wow, beautiful goal there. As I believe that was Alex Ochitwa who gets the finish for the Falcons. Just kind of a breakdown. It was a 2-on-0. Austin Klein hustling out on the ice to try and break it up. He went down quickly, which I'm never a huge fan of as a defenseman because you kind of take yourself out of the play unless you execute it just right. Nice saucer from Kirchhoff across. Ochitwa, even better patience to just wait out Suggs and finish it on the backhand. So Concordia showing some signs of life here late in the third, and I think they've improved a lot from last season in general because although it was an 8-0 score line, at 6-2 right now, the games were even more lopsided last season. You got to remember, almost the entirety of this team is underclassmen. Can count on one hand the amount of juniors and seniors they have on this team. It's all freshmen and sophomores, and competing against a veteran squad like Adrian, that's the number 3 team in the country, I've been impressed with their effort. Maybe not the end product, but the consistency and the determination they've shown on every shift to just battle at the very least.
Gonna have to agree with you on that, Calvin. But quickly, Kudo will try and rip a shot. It was blocked. And the Falcons showing a lot of poise to stay in this game. Takes quite some nerve to try and battle back from a large goal deficit, especially after last night's game. But like you said, they've done a fantastic job of continuing to play their system as best as possible. Swade will try and get this along his wing. Time starting to wind down. Here goes another odd man rush. This one put over, looking for the bat out of midair. This one's scrambled around. Suggs lost his glove. The officials will blow it down.
I don't know how I feel about blowing that down because Loretto had the puck. He was skating it out. Suggs just had to pick it up, and play could have kept going. Instead, it comes back into Bulldog territory, so that actually hurts Adrian. I think for the Bulldogs, especially, the message here with these two recent goals is there's still 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in this game. You got to close it out. Got to continue to play hard because we've seen some sloppy changes and miscues that have given Concordia some chances off of some unforced errors from the Bulldogs. So need to get that cleaned up here down the stretch and what has otherwise been a pretty good game from Adrian. Not as good defensively, I think, so far in this one, but the offensive prowess has still been there.
Under 3 minutes left to play from the AIA. Bulldogs up 6-2. Newcomer will try and stride a pass over.
One thing I also want to say is shout out our entire crew that's helped us today. Josiah Durrell, Aaron Jagfeld, Connor Atwell, Gino Capacchione, Megan Abbey, all behind the scenes, alongside obviously myself, Calvin Keys, and Alex Herman, who you've been listening to. But people behind the scenes are arguably more important, providing you with camera shots of the action. So they've done a great job, and want to give them some credit for all the hard work they've done today and all weekend really here on ACTV.
You can always be sure to check out their work on camera on ACTV. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
It's X now.
It is X, you're right. Got to keep me on my toes there. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, I forget it a lot too.
I don't know if anybody's calling it X really, though. It's still Twitter to me.
It's still twitter.com.
Yeah, just says X. Our director, Josiah Durrell, agrees. 2 minutes left. Summers puts it low. Good reverse hit on Koepke. Tie up along the wall. Falcons will look to get out. Osmus bounces one down low. Redding decides to go for a skate along the left wing, puts one off the end wall. Circled back down low. Misplayed for a second. Humphreys trying to work it around. Comes in contact with Shields. There's a long shot deflected. Suggs might have gotten a piece of it, but it bounced around, almost went.
That goal we saw moments ago was Alex Ochit was second as a Concordia Falcon. The freshman getting on the board, and the goal before that came from Klugerman, his second of the year as well.
Here's a drive from inside. Suggs got it, but the rebound popped off, and here's another extra glove save as Kirchhoff will send some shoves, and Shields having some extra words. Jacob now getting tied up. There's that feistiness we saw from last night.
Yeah, and there's really no point for Adrian at this stage. 48 seconds left. You're up 6-2. Let the score do the talking, as I like to say. But want to protect your goaltender too, so all about being wise, because, you know, it's more fun to play hockey, you know, in the upcoming games that you have, instead of, you know, being a tough guy out there. But stick up for your teammates. That's still important.
Bowman to Calgin. Through the way is Connor May. Under 60 to play, as 35 left on the game clock. Can hear the officials from up here saying, let's be smart. And I think that really is the right call at this stage. Don't need anything crazy. Thrun sends one on. Nobody knows where it is. Bowman tries to get it to Calgin. 10 seconds to go.
Got a delayed penalty against Adrian. Troon, they're going to say he hit, I think it was Petronic late, and then maybe another one down ice. So we could be seeing a 2-minute 5-on-3 here. I'll be interested. So I think we saw a penalty call back in the Concordia zone roughing against Theo Troon, which would be his second penalty of the game, and then maybe even one up ice as well. But it looks like they're just going to take Troon with 8 seconds left. And interesting call. He was just finishing his check on Petronic, who was passing it up ice, but I think the referee said he took a couple extra strides, and the arm went up immediately from Mark DeRosiers. So this one will finish with the Falcons on the power play. 8 seconds left. Maybe for Concordia, try to pad the stats here. Quick win on the draw, and don't know what's going on now. We'll see. Looking ahead at the future schedule for both of these teams, Concordia will their last matchup for a couple of weeks will be next weekend. They will be hosting Gustavus Adolphus at 8 p.m. and 4 p.m. Central Time next Friday and Saturday. So that's, for the Gusties, that's a school that won the national championship in women's D3 last year. Sway doesn't have enough time to get the shot off. Not too sure how their men's program's been doing this year, but I think that'll be another formidable foe for the Falcons. But regardless, Bulldogs close this one out with a win.
Final horn sounds, and that's going to do it. 6-2, the final score. The first win as a Bulldog for Nolan Suggs. 25 out of 27 saves. A strong effort for him for sure. As he's mobbed by his teammates, we'll get the head taps and the fist pumps.
Next weekend for the Bulldogs, they're going to take on the Augies of Augsburg University, coming here from Minnesota. Next Friday at 7 p.m. and then Saturday at 3. Augsburg currently 4-3-1. They played a pretty competitive schedule, and that's a team that took down the Bulldogs in a shootout on the road last season. So tough test for Adrian coming up in a pair of back-to-back non-conference games a weekend from now, but nice little weekend sweep for the Bulldogs. You know, it's one thing to say on paper that you should defeat a team, and it's another thing to go out and do it. And I thought they performed really well in back-to-back games, and you feel good about your goaltending with Jackson Bernard and Nolan Suggs getting some action and standing tall between the pipes as well. So you got 3 goaltenders that can all get it done, which is a nice thing to have as you move on in the season. Might run into injury problems, or just good to have options in general.
6-2, the final score from Arrington Ice Arena. Great all-around effort from the boys wearing the white, black, and yellow here today. Certainly a lot to like from this Adrian squad. We'll sweep the weekend against Concordia. Happy to see them do well. Big win last night. Had to fight through it a little bit more in this game, but they figured out a way to get the job done.
Yep. Final stats from this one. 2 goals, 2 assists for Zach Heinz. Expect him to be the first star again tonight after he was last night. Brad Summers, a goal, 2 assists for 8 points on the weekend for him. Heinz with 9 points on the weekend. Matt Redding, a goal and assist. Jaden Shields, 2 assists for 4 points on the weekend. Alec Lovasek with one of his best performances of the year so far with 2 assists. And for Concordia, they got both their goals from Riley Klugerman and Alex Ochitwa. Assists go to Kroyman and Kirchhoff. Looking at goaltending, Rosick played really, really well, stopping 31 of the 37 shots he faced. And on the other end of the rink, Nolan Suggs saved 25 of 27. Cool little moment there, like we saw yesterday, with a bit of a post-game prayer between both teams. Cool moment of sportsmanship to put things in perspective. But looking at the stats from the game, expect Suggs to potentially be the first star here with his first career win. Any predictions here, Alex? Or they're going to go number 3, I guess.
Nolan Suggs, his first regular season start as an Adrian College Bulldog, picks up the win. 25 saves out of 27 sent his way. Great game for him as he gets the 3rd star. We'll see who we get as our number 2 and number 3.
See what happens here. There's not many kids down by the penalty box, so maybe if I put my arms up in the air, I could catch one.
Brad Summers is going to get the 2nd star here.
Oh.
See where it goes to.
Maybe Zach Heinz will hook me up.
No dice on that one. You got one more here, Calvin.
Summers, a great weekend. He had a goal and 2 assists and had 5 assists last night, so 8 total points. And as I predicted, Zach Heinz gets the first star here.
There you go. No hat trick for Zach Heinz today, but still 3 points. Awesome statistic on the weekend.
There was a little kid down there, so I
Yes.
would have felt bad if you would have thrown it up to me. But we were both trying our luck. Maybe in the future, but the important thing is Bulldogs get a 6-2 win over Concordia. Zach Heinz, 3 goals, 2 assists last night, 2 goals, 2 assists today. That is a 9-point weekend for Zach Heinz. Does it get much better?
That's just ridiculous numbers at that point. I mean, when you're producing like that, all you have to hope for is that he's going to be able to continue the effort going forward. But, man, Zach Heinz, 9 points. That's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Any final thoughts from this one?
I think it's a good weekend all around. Bulldogs sweep against Concordia University of Wisconsin. Big win yesterday. Had to fight through a little bit of adversity here today. Struggled to find the back of the net as many times as they did last night. But overall, a lot to be happy with Coach Krug's Adrian College Bulldogs.
Yeah, certainly. Bulldogs stay atop the NCAA standings. Came into this weekend 4-1, tied with Trine and St. Norbert. They improved to 6-1. We'll have to see how things panned out across the rest of the NCAA. But for now, the Bulldogs are going to head into a non-conference slate, as we mentioned, taking on Augsburg University next weekend. It should be an entertaining game. I'm excited for that one. Hopefully we'll be back on the call together. But I think for now, on this college football championship Saturday, keep it tuned here on ACTV for college hockey. And I guess good luck with your finals, partner.
Thank you. You
Close
too.
it out strong.
Yes.
So
With
thanks for tuning in.
Absolutely. With that, Alex Herman and Calvin Keys saying thank you so much for tuning here this afternoon on ACTV. Don't go anywhere. There's still more hockey this evening. The women's ACHA D1 team takes on Penn State University. Calvin, you will be on that call. I'm TBD on the call yet, but we'll see what happens.
I'll convince him. Don't worry. I'll convince him.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your weekend.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree